Hey guys, welcome to the first official Mechanic Mindset Monday. Man, this is an exciting one, exciting day. Just a lot of excitement coming up, guys. So, let's talk a little bit of background on MLP to kind of really understand what we're about to get into here. So, most people know that fortunately, I'm very true to who I am. I don't hide anything, past, present, whatever. I'm a very blunt person, kind of tell you how it is, it is what it is. But, coming up in life, life wasn't the easiest for me. Pretty much came from the wrong side of them tracks, didn't have the greatest amount of money growing up, kind of on the poor side, honestly, you think about it. But, very younger age, coming into the world, I kind of realized this world was pretty screwed up place. I knew faces of evil at a very young age, and some of the things people are waking up to now, it's a cold hard reality. It doesn't matter if they're rich, poor, middle class. There's a lot of evil predators out there in the world. So, younger life, bad shit happens to you. You kind of go the other way, I turned to drugs, alcohol at a young age. I think I started drinking like 11 years old. Yeah, it wasn't my finest moment, but again, I was trying to mask some pain that I didn't know how to deal with. And with my bipolar, and then just all the wrong medications, this, that, and the other, it wasn't really a lot of brain fog and just a lot of craziness in my head. And probably didn't help that, all my role models and supposed people that loved me, just kind of, a lot of people just thought, I was going to be dead in jail, or in jail by the time I was 18. And for the most part, a lot of those people were probably right. They were probably right, but something happened, and everybody knows what that happened. That beautiful heartbeat on that monitor, which is my baby girl, Des. She changed the whole game, Like, she changed everything for me. And then, another thing I don't want to talk about much is where I came from in my career, and that's from Leo's Auto. And Leo is one of the best men I know. Like, this man saw something in me, guys. Not sure what it was. To this day, I'm not sure what it was, but he saw it, and he grew it. Like, Leo grew me. Like, guys, when I started working on cars, I didn't know how to drive a car yet. I didn't know how to take a wheel off. I was like, I was even greener than this guy right next to me. And like, it was just like, it was just very scary for me, because like, everyone's always told me I was gonna fail in life. That was gonna be this huge fuck up, that everything I touched was gonna be wrong or bad or this, that, and the other, that, I was gonna be in jail. I was gonna be dead, Like, that's what people thought of me. And again, I gave them a lot to work with. Like, I gave them a lot to work with, I gave two shits back then. I was about as crazy, there's some stories about me that, not too happy of and not too proud of, but, it's called growing pains, I learned a lot in my younger years, and I think that's, going through that type of trauma, being brought up like I was, kind of made me the man I am today. Very compassionate, very loyal, very, if you're someone I love and I care about, whether it be family or friends, I'm going to the end of the earth for you. I'm going to do whatever I can do to make your life better, because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you be happy. It's, it's not the other way around. Like, I'm fully a selfless person when it comes to things like that. And seeing how much just heart Leo put into me, and me and Leo did so many cool things together. Like, I learned a lot of cool stuff with Leo, Like, like I said, I miss this dude every day, but again, life happens, and there's nothing I can do about that. But one thing I did learn from Leo, was how to build people up. I'm not gonna lie, guys, in my earlier career, I want to say I was a boss. Like, I was an asshole. Like, I thought I had to do this certain thing, because, other bosses I had met, were all kind of assholes. And I didn't realize, you get more, flies and bees with honey than vinegar. Like, straight up. Like, I never really thought about that. And then seeing how Leo was building me up, and he never really lost his cool, I started to really take that into accountability, taking how my actions were making, my employees either mad, upset, just because, sometimes, I just come at the mouth, like, you know what I mean? Like, you mess something up, you're gonna hear from MLP, like, and it wasn't a happy hear from MLP, like, oh man, I got this asshole, you know what I mean, screaming at me. Like, then I have my moments. I still have my moments, but it's a little different now because I'm actually the owner, so but we try not to have those moments as much. But that brings me into what this is about. So we're about to start this amazing adventure. Nick has turned into my right-hand guy. Nick is somebody I trust with my whole heart, my whole everything. Like, I'm able to leave this young man in my business, finish up the cars for the day, get the build the customers out. He's learning everything about MLPs. I am giving him every last bit of knowledge I fully can because I want to see this young man succeed. I want to see him become one of the best techs he can be. I want to see his career just go through the roof. Like, honestly, like, this means a lot to me. We're not parts changers here. I'm never just gonna throw a part at your car. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not my thing. Like, if I can't, diagnose the car, figure out your problem, and feel confidently that we're fixing your car, that's the way it's gotta be. And if it's not, we're not doing it. A lot of people cry about diagnostic cars, this, that, and the other. It's a very important part of our business, and it takes time and it takes money to be able to repair these cars, especially as unique as they're getting and just so electronically packed. Just throwing parts of cars doesn't work anymore, guys. You just gotta sit there, figure out the problem, do the process to get from point A to point B, so the customer has a great experience with no comebacks, no, trying to keep costs down as much as we can for our customers. And there's part of, the world right now that we're just losing a lot of tradesmen, whether it be plumbers, HVAC, construction, and my word, I see it the most because I'm in it, technician mechanics. They're going by the wayside, guys. And that's a lot to do to Big Corp and the games and everything they're doing on their end, instead of trying to build these kids up and pay them well so they can, support their families, pay their bills, not be stressed out. Also in the back of this, guys, we gotta buy tools to fix these cars, like all kinds of tools. And it's not like one little set. I got so many tools, it's unreal. So you gotta factor in, we gotta pay for our tools, this, that, and the other. And again, I want my employees to have a good life. I'm not just trying to get fat off them. We're here together. We're doing this as a team. You know what I mean? It's not just MLP. This is MLP, this is Nick, this is Anik, this is Indy, because Indy's here, the little shop dog. But, we're growing and we're trying to give something to the community to set us apart from all these other shops. You know what I mean? You'll see all the classes I went to. You'll see all my certificates. You can probably see in the back Nick starting his certificate, journey. Like, it is so important for me to understand how to fix these cars and how to fix them properly the first time. And with Nick growing in his career, that is very important to me. Me and Nick do stuff all the time. We're constantly learning together. Because in our world, cars just don't stay the same. They are changing every day. And they're changing at such a pace, like, no, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to keep up with. Like, it's getting very expensive to keep up with. Like, it's just not a fun process anymore on certain levels of it. But, I'm not gonna let Big Corp get me down because we fix cars. This is what we do. I mean, we figured it out. Like, there's a lot of cars I've worked on I've never even seen and worked on a day in my life. And people are like, you work on this car? I'm like, I do now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say no. You know what I mean? Nick knows that. Like, I don't like saying no. Like, even though I don't even do the big stuff anymore, like engines or transmissions. I got out of that game when I started my business, but Nick sees me, like, when I know my good customers kind of need that service, I kind of teeter back, like, oh man, because I've done so many engines, I've done so many transmissions, but there's so much headache with that now, and the price costs are just outrageous. Like, it just, just not a world I really want to be in anymore. But, you know, I got a lot of great resources if my customers ever need to be in that world, which hopefully they don't. You know, we teach our customers, you know, maintenance, maintenance, maintenance will keep your car going, going, going as long as it can. So, with that being said, with the rising costs of everything, especially exhaust parts, what we're seeing, like exhaust is getting really expensive, guys. And you can't possibly understand some of the prices I've been seeing on some of these chintzy ass exhaust pipes I've been getting prices on. So now, my thing is, why this is a big day, we signed up Nick for the Earl Beck welding class. He starts April 1st. We're gonna make Nick a certified welder. MLPs is gonna have a certified welder. I know how to weld. I've done it a lot of my career, but again, this is my business. I put 110% in everything we do. So making Nick as strong as he can be means everything to me. And I won't have it any other way. Like, I want to boost him up where he's confident that he's fixing these cars and he doesn't have to second guess anything, that he's understanding circuits, he's understanding how to weld, he's understanding, you know, we'll be able to actually, you know, fix cars, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to replace that $1,000 pipe. Me and Nick will be able to weld it. And even on top of this, like, this is exciting for me because I never got proper welding training. You know, for us old school guys, we kind of got thrown into it, just, hey, start playing. And hey, it worked, you know what I mean? But I ain't a prep, you know, some of my welds pretty ugly sometimes and not something I'm proud of. But now in my business, I want something I'm proud of, and I want good welds, good work done, and that's what this young man and me are gonna provide. But yeah, with him going to school, you know, I'm excited to hear what he's gonna learn when he comes back from school, and we're at this welding table practicing, and I'm gonna be there learning from Nick. And everybody's like, oh, you're gonna learn from your employee? I want my employee to grow and be the best. If you haven't heard that me say that 5 times in this video, hear it again. I want him to be the #1 tech in my shop. He is my go-to guy. He is becoming my lead technician. So when I do hire other people, they're gonna be going to Nick, because Nick is someone I trust with my life. I love this kid like my son. Like, and again, I try not to blur lines, but I'm real. Like, you know, and me and Nick have a really good working relationship in and out of work. And you know, for me to just be able to build him up and knowing that he's gonna give me 110% and more, that money is nothing compared to what I'm going to get and what I'm going to see my young employee grow to be something amazing, and you know, be able to stand on his own feet and maybe one day buy MLPs or start Nick's Auto or start Nick's Welding. You know, whatever Nick wants to do, I'm going to champion. I hope he doesn't want to leave me, but I mean, that's my little buddy. But you know, his career path is gonna just, the trajectory of it is gonna go through the roof. Like, you guys don't understand, I'm proud of him. He, you know, rouses me up sometimes because of the young and dumb shit he pulls, but we were all young and dumb. Believe me, I was the king of it. But either way, guys, like, again, just know what we're doing down here, we're trying to set ourselves apart from everybody else. We want you to understand, we're here to fix your car and like fix it, not second guess at it, not do anything else. And like I said, if anything we're gonna do, we're putting 120% into this because we wanna do it, we wanna do it right the first time. So again, our customers have the best possible experience they can get at MLP Auto. So, you know, this is why this Mechanic Mindset Monday is so important, and I'm just so excited about it. And everybody says they'd like to hear Nick talk. Again, it's just been me running my mouth. You excited, buddy?
I am excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah. When you starting?
April 1st.
April 1st. So how are we doing this?
Well, I work, and when I get off of work, I go to class.
See?
5:30 to 8:30.
The boy's putting the work in. He's gonna be working with me all day long, and then he's going to class after school, after work. You know what I mean? Like, he is putting into his career as much as I'm putting into it, and you know, he's gonna know everything about welding. And you know, this first round goes well, we're gonna keep him going up that chain. Like I said, we're gonna get him certified on all levels. So you know, we can take out, you know, other projects, people bring us home projects, this, that, and the other. you know, sky's the limit when it comes to welding. And as you guys see, I've been setting up last couple months to really hit this hard and set him up with all the proper tools to make him and me successful to be able to do this welding 100% properly and professionally. And you know, I hope everybody understands, like, you know, this means everything to me. Like, just being able to do the job right the first time and having people stand behind us and support us through this whole thing has been amazing. And again, I can't wait for you guys to see the next couple months as Nick progresses, because a lot of the Mechanic Mindset Mondays are going to be with Nick, what he's learning, you know, showing him doing some welds. You know, we saw some ugly welds he did a couple months ago. But no, that's not on him. You know, welder was a little screwed up. I got that fixed, but now we got a new welder too. So now we got 2 welders. So now, you know, me and him can be welding at the same time. I'm cool with that. But again, guys, just stay tuned. Like I said, just be doing a lot of fun stuff on these Mondays. You know, some unboxing of new tools, investments for the shop. Just, you're gonna see a lot of fun stuff. And again, we're still here for the Wu-Tang Wednesdays. That's cemented. Don't worry about that. But guys, again, thank you for tuning into Mechanic Mindset Monday. Your friendly neighborhood mechanic, MLP, baby. We out.